This sounds like a taquito. Hey guys, welcome back to the Big Dane podcast. How was your weekend? Weather, again, a little iffy. Can't really predict what's happening, especially with these hurricanes coming up now. But just a quick intro to remind everyone to listen. If you're looking for that one click, can go to the website www.thebigdanepodcast.com/podcast. Now guys, this link is in my Instagram bio as well as in the about section of my Facebook page. So a few ways to get there, and then would love to hear a review. So made it super easy for you. ratethispodcast.com/the Big Dane podcast. Now that quick link too, I saved that on my Instagram page, account rather, all the same thing. And you'll see that in the highlights. So if you're looking for that, if you can't remember exactly what the link was, you can go there for a visual, type it into your Safari, your Chrome, whatever you got, and, just give me a little review, okay? So thanks in advance for that. And then I actually have a few quick updates on my walks. So one, I was coming around on my way back from my walk and just happened to look over, and this house has a bouncy house. Yeah, so it was a sight to see. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like, being an adult, when am I going to see that unless I have kids or, cousins, things like that are younger, all of which I don't. So it's kind of nice to see that. And I don't know if it was a birthday going on, maybe a little graduation, but it did look like small children. But yeah. And then just mind my own business, just walking around. And then it kind of scared me a little bit. I'm glad I actually didn't have any headphones in, because I think I really would have been like, holy shit. Here, this little cat jumps out. Little gray cat, was so cute. Back, he must have been, or she must have been on the porch or something, jumped out because there's these birds hanging around. So it was the funniest thing, and holy god, I nearly peed myself. So yeah, if you have anything fun happening on your walks or whatever you got, you can contact me through my website, www.thebigdanepodcast.com. You guys know the drill here, /contact. Yeah, it's as easy as that. Send me a note. Let me know what's going on. All right, so we're going to keep it, very local, okay, and tell you about some of my favorite restaurants here in Conchi and just what I love. And I really love them all. It's such a nice variety of what we have here, especially tucked back in the neighborhoods and things. So I'm going to start off first with my favorite Mexican here, and we must be there, I kid you not, every week when we go to El Limon. It is so affordable, it's so delicious and authentic, right? And it's just the best. The loaded nachos, if you've ever gotten that, top that with some carnitas, is just amazing. Their tacos dorados, I actually just got that recently because I feel like I kind of get the same thing over and over. within reason there. And then I'm like, oh, what's this? I'm like, this sounds like a taquito. Sure is. It's like a little taquito, and they're wrapped up, and it's so good, and the crunch is there, the crispiness. Ah. And then I'll kind of like toggle back and forth with a tostada, and that's open face, and it's a crunchy tortilla there with like beans and lettuce, tomato. I think they use the cotija cheese. And then whatever meat, if you feel like getting meat on there. I really enjoy the carnitas and tinga. That's like my top. Love it. And then you got the sope, right? So that is actually, it's very similar to the tostada, except take away like the crunchiness and the crispiness of the shell, and it's just the tortilla, but it's kind of like a little bit thicker. So I don't know, it might be like a slight different recipe for that to make the base, but it's still like so good. And then always get some quesadillas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously, think I get guac on the side every time. Um, yeah, and I like how they give you the two sauces. It's like a tomatillo sauce or like a little salsa verde right on the side there, and then it's that red sauce. It's so hot. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like chili peppers or what, but I'm like, yeah, I'll just load it up, and then next thing you know, my mouth is like on fire, and then it's like, where can I get some milk? I'm like, I don't even buy milk, so that's like impossible. um, but I will say I do love Coyote Crossing, so good. But it's a different vibe, right? So you got kind of like your quick grab and go kind of Mexican place at El Limon. Coyote, it's gonna be like, all right, let's hang here for a few hours, and just relax, take in that outdoor vibe. There is literally nothing like it in Conchi, unless there's something different that I'm missing. But I have lived here before, as you know. I moved away, came back. Not that I went that far, but you know what I'm saying. And it is just beautiful. It really feels like you're in a different town. Like, I'm not in Conchi. Like, it's just beautifully done. They even have, when you go in, kind of that in between, like the indoor outdoor, like it's all like open. And I've actually only sat like right in the center there, or the bar, and most recently outside in their patio. And their patio is just gorgeous. The iron feel of the patio furniture. They even have these small fountains, and that to me makes me think like, where am I? Like, because with it obviously being a different cuisine, you're gonna get those Mexican influences there, with all the decor. So it's wonderful. And dude, their margaritas. So one, they're so good. They're so delicious and flavorful, and I feel like they always have something different too. But they come in these ginormous margarita glasses. So, I can't really tell, to be honest. Like, is it the same amount of liquid as, like, I don't know, I would get at Tierra Caliente, El Limon's full restaurant? Or, like, how much liquid is in here? Because to me, it's like, it feels like two margaritas, because the glass is literally insane. But it's so cool. Everything is just awesome there. Matt and I had gone there, yeah, recently, and we're like, yeah, let's get the jalapeno poppers, right? Because honestly, I feel like the only other time I see that is maybe at a pizza shop, or something, a place that has like your wings and hoagies and stuff like that. So we got them, right? Are you ready? They come out huge, ginormous. Like, this is like the size, like, as long as my face is, right? From my forehead down to my chin. The, oh my gosh. But they were so good. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my new favorite. Like, next time we come here, we gotta get these. Like, oh my goodness. Because here we're thinking, just because, I don't know, we're in America. So jalapeno poppers are round. And so when these came out, it's like the full, pepper and then just stuffed with all this cheese and it's just gooing and all melty and it's just wonderful. Um, but so that was our experience there. And I think, yeah, one of the earlier episodes I was telling you guys how by accident we got bombed there like pre-pandemic. I don't know what happened, but it's like you wake up the next morning, you're like, what did we do? Crumbs everywhere when we came back, like, and woke up, but hysterical. So, those are my two favorite Mexican places. Recommend. Bow, bow, bow. Pizza. So, one thing I will say, I miss Keystone Pizza. And if you guys who maybe recently moved here didn't get to experience it, they had this honey mustard chicken pizza. It was just awesome. And I hadn't had honey mustard chicken pizza probably since college because there was this cool place, it was Antonio's, and they had pizza by the slice. And that was the first time I experienced it. So when I, moved to Conchi the first time and got pizza, I'm like, yo, we gotta get this. And it was delicious. And we would go there a lot. And even at my old job, it was very close to Keystone. So I even would meet, some friends for lunch there, or even, if it was a Friday or whatever, pick up something real quick. And I missed it. And I still love it. So I don't know what happened, but I haven't tried the new place there, Victorino's, I believe it's called. So if you have, hit me up, see if I should be trying it or what, or what's their specialty there. I do love Tony and Joe's. Their buffalo chicken, if you want a good buff chick, yeah, that is the place to be for sure. Also, random discovery, we hadn't tried Snap Pizza, and it was actually a pleasant surprise. I had tried one of their salads before, it was pretty good, but I hadn't tried their pizza, and it was good. Like, we got to pick what we wanted, and I feel like when it is that smaller size, like, you feel like you can have, or just like try more, like, so if you got like, I don't know, 2 or 3 pizzas, let's say, just because they're smaller, now I can try all 3 of them instead of trying to like pick and choose now, because then you get too full. So that was like an interesting find. For more of the Italian restaurants around here, and sorry if I miss anyone, but I love them all. But I really enjoy pepperoncinis. Their Pappardelle El Capo I had. I think Pappardelle is now like my new favorite pasta. It's so good. It's just this thick noodle, and that dish was like sausage, some broccoli rabe. Now, sometimes, like, I don't know about you, but just sometimes with my stomach, I can't always do the broccoli rabe. So if I have like a little bit of it, I'm okay. But it's so, dark green and leafy, and some of those vegetables I just can't do. So I kind of like off and on, like, we'll try it, or, with us being at home, it's like, well, the bathroom's right upstairs, so something's happening, not a big deal. And I really enjoyed, they had an arugula salad that I loved, and just different, had some chickpeas in there, some olives, just delightful. And they had a really good, just fresh vinaigrette. I want to say it was like maybe like lemon and basil or something like that, but it's just so good. And Matt and I, when we had ordered from there, like I kind of want like mozzarella sticks, just something cheesy. And they have it's mozzarella Milanese, so and they come out and they're not like in the stick, shape, but more of like a round circular form, and it's not greasy, which I love, because once it gets too greasy for me, my stomach just can't handle, and that's another story. So and of course, love some Barluca. And I'll say Brian Perry's restaurants, dude, they're just bomb. If you haven't tried them all, like, you have to go to each one. Bar Luca, Stone Rose, Cerdo. It's just amazing. And all the chefs are wonderful. And now I've even been seeing they have like their farm that they've been working on to get the fresh ingredients, and keeping it local that way, which I think is a great idea, because it's just where we live, like in different climates and things, you might not get the best fruits and veggies here versus somewhere that has like a better, warmer climate where, you're getting all of that, and keeping it all fresh. Yeah, so with Bar Luca, if you want a fancy pizza, you gotta go there. It's just like truffle on truffle on truffle. I'm like, anything truffle, yeah, like, sign me up. I'm like, hey, like, and they have it's a tartufo pizza. The sausage pizza is great. They have a great farmhouse salad. Um, Everything there is just delightful. I do want to try their short rib pizza. That sounds right up my alley. And see how their pappardelle pasta is. And I want to say maybe I tried the burrata, but a while back. So I definitely need to like try it again, because where I used to work, we would get treated from our vendors, and we had gone there and we just ordered like so much stuff, that, I mean, now it's been a few years. So when I had, gone out with the vendor. But hands down, just everything there is wonderful. Uh, and oh, so Cerdo, which this was a nice, pleasant surprise. Because when I used to live on East Hector, they were literally around the corner, and it had just changed over from Isabella's. Now, I only remember going to Isabella's maybe once or twice, and then it was like a Mediterranean feel. And now Cerdo came in, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love all the Spanish influences in there, and I love how each restaurant is obviously a little bit different too. So it's like you're not going to get the same stuff at Cerdo as you are like Bar Luca or Stone Rose. Um, and I just felt like I was back in Spain for a little bit. They have these jamon croquettes. They have lamb meatballs. Everything is just delicious. And Matt and I actually did a pasta making class there over Valentine's Day. And it was so cool. I like how they offer like those little events to experience. So just to keep in mind. And yeah, I mean, I just, I love it. um, and then like some of like just like the American, kind of food and things like that. Love me some Lucky Dog. If you haven't had their cheesesteak pierogies, you're gonna want to get these. These are like nothing else you've ever had. Sometimes what they'll do with the ketchup, I don't know if they use like a sriracha or something to spice it up a little bit, but it pairs so nicely with the cheesesteak, and it's just done so well. Also, this is kind of unique too, that they have is the bucket of balls. So it's just fried dough, and comes with some marinara sauce, I believe. And if you feel like getting dirty, ask them to get them dirty, yeah, and get them with Parmesan cheese. Ugh, it is just so good. It's amazing, and I love the space in there too. I think. There's not too many places in Conchi where there is all this room, to move around and mingle and things like that. I mean, now obviously the time is different, but it's still, they have this nice bar in there, so much seating. They could do the private events, like, holy moly. Um, Gups, that's of course is like one of my faves. We would go out there all the time. Like when I first had moved, it's just a fun spot. Their food is amazing. I had a burger once or twice there, wraps, guac, almost like a good amount of stuff. They also, what I like that they have there is the beer selection. They like to keep some of the local ones, so it's nice to grab something there that maybe I can't get at like Gap or something like that. And what I really enjoyed that they had added, this must have been maybe 2 or 3, probably I'm thinking 3 years ago, but don't quote me. And they added sushi in there. And now I know people are like, what the hell? Why would they put sushi at Guppies? I know. I feel like a lot of people were skeptical. At least every time I told someone, I'm like, yeah, like I just got sushi at Gups. But it's so good. They had the guy like right there in front of you making it. It's fresh. This isn't some bullshit sushi you're gonna get. And they would have the BOGO on Tuesdays. I mean, you can't beat that. And it was good. It wasn't like, again, like I'm just gonna grab it from the grocery store, So, and then speaking about sushi, if now, okay, let me back up. So now I feel like with the pandemic, I haven't seen any of the sushi available. So I'm curious to like find out what happened. I mean, because it's not like you can't get sushi to go. I could just go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened or like why they don't offer it, but I imagine something happened with COVID, just as far as it not having it on the menu anymore. So I was kind of bummed like that I can't just stay literally like within Kanchi and go get it. And now I have to like hop in the car, let me go pick up sushi from who knows where to find like a new spot. So yeah. And yeah, so if you feel like you want a little sushi fix or but you want maybe more veggies or whatnot, Poke Ono. If you want that quick grab, you need some raw fish in ya. Because who doesn't like some raw fish? Taking some risks there. But you can literally load it up with so many toppings and it's filling, whether you get the rice, whether you make it a salad. They have all these different sauces in it and then, whatever they marinate it in first with. And it's so great and it's fresh. And also, and then right across the street there, and this is, I think is cool, the only Thai restaurant, Chiang Mai. Yeah. I actually haven't been there in a little while. I think we must have ordered from in the beginning of the pandemic. But great pad thai, just great everything. The drunken noodles. So what I haven't tried, and I keep seeing them posting about it, is their iced coffee. So I'm interested to see what they put in that. And then, so now we're like zigzagging. So now back on the same side as Poke Ono, Blackfish. Holy shit. If you're feeling a little fancy, you want to treat yourself, but you don't feel like going down into the city, and we'll just pretend COVID doesn't exist right now, and you want to have a night out, that is the place to go. It really feels like you're in a different town again, but it's like, wow, I can't believe this is in Kanchi. Like, what a gem, right? And I've been there, I'd say almost a handful of times now. Scallops and smoked salmon, just everything in there is just wonderful. So if you really like your seafood, that is the place to go. There's nothing like it here in Conch, so it's pretty wild. And for dessert, you got to get the beignets. Yeah. What else here? Going down a list of cuisines that I wanted to cover here. Okay, so this one isn't a cuisine, but if I'm looking for just a different kind of salad, something fresh, not just carrot, cucumber, lettuce, right? Because who wants that? I can make that if I have the lettuce. But so pasta via, and this is another one that I'm just kind of bummed because I know the ownership had changed, but then they were open for like a hot second in the beginning of the pandemic, and now they're not open. So I'm not sure what happened, but I miss them because they have all these different types of salads. This pear salad is so good. They have a teriyaki one, the Cajun, so many different kinds and variety where you really can't find anywhere else. And then just up the street, actually, La Cucina. That's another go-to if I'm feeling just want a little something different in a salad. I got one of their Florentine salads, and it has like bacon, chicken, tomatoes, caramelized onions, portobello mushroom. Do you see the variety here? Yeah, and they have all like, yeah, just different kinds. They have another one called the Sorrento, and it's very simple. It's like calamari. I think there may be some shrimp in there. Don't quote me, but I'm just trying to go off memory here. And it's very light. They have some shaved Parmesan, simple, and that's it. And sometimes that's all you need. But if you're like really starving, then you're looking for those extra toppings. Okay, so now if you come back down the street now, we can't miss Jasper's. When I saw that was first coming to Conchi, I got so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is another restaurant that we're gonna have, and check out this outdoor space that they're gonna have. And it's beautiful. It really is. And they have like that little garage, little area in the back. It's just a nice place to be. I know they'll have the live music there, which is nice. Nice change of pace. Cocktails are amazing. I'd say most recently I had their summer veggies Parisian gnocchi, which I actually added shrimp to, because they have like another gnocchi dish, but it's with shrimp. It's like very similar to this one, but I guess just not as many veggies. But I'm like, I kind of want something extra. Wouldn't get in the veggies, but I'm like, I kind of want the shrimp. So that was delicious. And cheese board is great there. What else did we get there before? Wings. So sometimes like I'll go back and forth with wings. Like sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is getting too messy. Now there's like a chunk of fat in my mouth. But if you haven't had their wings, I recommend. And a couple places. I gotta wrap this up quickly for you guys. Conchi Girls, I love all of their places. I miss Stella Blue. That used to be in West Conchi. Southern Cross is amazing. They had this catfish sandwich. I don't think they have it on the menu anymore. Might be maybe more seasonal, or I'm not sure. Fried chicken sandwiches, so good. Fried goat cheese salad. I can just go on and on. Love their cocktails, and that's where I got the Aperol Spritz. What's up? And what I really like too that the Conchi Girls do, kind of similarly to Brian Perry's events, they like to have events going on, the live music. Matt and I actually went there the end of February for a comedy show. Yeah. So it was so cool to do something a little different on a Thursday night. Check it out, have a laugh. Missy Hall, shout out. She was hysterical. Like, I could not stop laughing. So it was just a wonderful time there. Love Gypsy too, over in West Conchi. It's another great spot. So, and then I'd say, if I'm just going to go get some drinks, Boathouse, Gap, of course, you got the rooftop, which is lovely. It's really nice up there. If you haven't been up there, it's like, wow. Because some people are like, oh, Gap has a rooftop? Like, what? They're like, how is this possible? But it is possible. And they did it well. Nice furniture up there. You can just lounge, hang out, and just kind of see Kanchi from up there. Boathouse I love because of all the selection of the beer in there. I mean, I find myself looking and looking and looking. I'm like, what am I going to get? Like, sometimes I get overwhelmed. So I'm like, all right, just quickly make a decision and that'll be it. So yeah, so there you have it. Just some of my favorites back here in the neighborhoods to right on the strip there, and even up the street to La Cucina. And that's Butler and North Lane there, pretty much, like behind the gas station that they've been working on. So yeah, I just love it. I think what would be nice too, while I do enjoy, Kanchi Brewery, there was another brewery, am I right? Like, just to have something else. Like, what if it was on the other side? Like, kind of like on the, let's say, like, I don't know, West 6, right? On that side of Fayette, as opposed to, like, E6. But that would be so cool. Like, just have something else, something different to experience. So, yeah, so I hope you loved it. I hope I gave you some insight on some of these restaurants, and I just got to keep trying different things and report back to you. So leave me a message. Tell me some of your favorites, right? So again, you can contact me, www.thebigdanepodcast.com/contact. And, if you're feeling a little excited about some things, you can be sure to rate this podcast on ratethispodcast.com/thebigdanepodcast. And now you can subscribe, shout it out here, thebigdanepodcast.com/podcast. That'll take you boom to the website, and then you can select which one you want to subscribe to. Is it Google Podcasts? Is it iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or is it Spotify? So you tell me. I'll be sure to look out. I'll catch up with you guys next week. All right. Enjoy it. See ya.